Pretty strong. I was actually, it's crazy to say that. I was on last night with him, asking what he was eating 100% doesn't use Irish ribs. And, I told him that he's running noodles, but when he wants to become an essay, that I knew would want him to want to treat him for either way. So I told him that earlier, and that it's having, steroid cookies, it's going to get better for me. And I told him what that script could be. Agency.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get a battery real quick for my mic. Give me 2 seconds.
What up, gang? How's it going? Tommy. Oh, I got you guys muted. I got Tommy's meeting right now. He's about to get started. I just want to say hello, hello, hello. Cool. Sounds good. All right, I'll talk to you guys in a sec. What's up, Noah? What's up, big dog? Great mind think alike. Nice. Nice. Let's go home. Oh, my third time. Fucking left my pens in my car. Bro, we're about to get started. About to get started. Was in the waiting room. Two people. Put that babe.
Where's Vince?
Where's Vince?
This is Vince.
Coffee's still good. It's in there. No, this wouldn't be good. My fridge. What is that?
All right, let's check it now. Let's see.
See.
All right, how's that sound? Different, better?
What? It's a little quiet, but
It's a little quiet.
It's a little quiet.
Oh, man. I'm gonna try and turn the gain up on here. I think one of your guys is okay. Let me try this real quick. Actually, I think yours might need to be muted.
That's good. Right? I have it on 100. We're still way up. But we can hear you though. We can hear you. So,
All right.
and then you go.
Okay. How's that? Good? Okay. All right. All right, guys. So first of all, just a little house cleaning item, I guess. If you guys want to this weekend, there's a club downtown called Tao. And Dan Kelly, my photographer, is coming into town. He's gonna be rolling with two artists. One of them is going to be DJing at Tao on Saturday night. It's called Dubs or something like that. You could spell the group. It's called DVBBS. They have a real popular song called Tsunami. It's played at every club. Anytime you go anywhere across the entire world, anytime you're at a club, the DJ will play it. So they have a really famous song. So anyways, it'd be a cool thing if you want to do something like, hey, what can I do with the team? If you haven't taken the team out in a while, want to do something fun, something cool, Tao nightclub, get a table, take the team out, go recruit, use it for social media, all that type of shit. Show your team out there partying and post that shit on social media and get some recruits. Tao nightclub is in New York, Chicago, and there's one in Las Vegas. When me and Jess go to Vegas, sometimes we'll stay at the Venetian. It's a great place to stay in Vegas if you go, but the club there is called Tao, and it's a day club, has a pool, but it's also a nightclub and it's a restaurant. So this group is going to be the resident, it's potentially going to be the resident DJ for Tao nightclub. So there's pretty major connection. Dan Kelly wants to stay at my house. I told him he can stay at my house. And he was like, well, do you think I'm going to be with this guy, Skate, SK8? That's his name, SK8, Skate. I don't know this stuff. Okay. He's a guy out there in LA. He's in Taylor Gang. So this is a guy who's in Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa's label and all that. So he's in Taylor Gang, and then this group Doves is this real big DJ. These two DJs. So they want to stay over at my house on Saturday. I'm going to be all laid up. I don't even know if I'm able to see straight, so I don't know how I'm going to finesse it, but I think it'd be good if I can get them to come and say something like on like a video, like, hey, this is Dubs, or I don't even know how they pronounce their name, to be honest with you. I have no clue. It's DVBBS. So, but if I could get them to come on and say, hey, this is Dubs, hey, whatever, like, this is Dubs. Like, if you don't know about the Vina agency and getting residual income, you better come find out, or come check the Vina agency out. They're real cool people. Like, I don't care what the hell they say, but if we can start getting some famous people giving us some plugs, some shout outs, like, I know when I listen to the radio, you'll be listening to the radio, and then it'll be like, you'll hear like, I don't even know, like freaking Jay-Z come on, like, hey, this is Jay-Z. Make sure you guys are tuning in to 96.9 The Power. Hey, this is Beyonce. Make sure you're tuning in to 96.9 The Power. You notice that? Like, B94 will get like Nelly come on in Pittsburgh. Hey, this is Nelly. Make sure you're listening to B94 for all your latest hits. Anytime I come to Pittsburgh, I'm always tuning in to B9, right? So like, we could get some famous people to give us a little bit. That's what I want to do when they're at my house. That's what I want to get them here to use them a little bit. That'll be their rent. You know what I'm saying? If I could get the studio set up in the basement, guys, I need to get the studio set up in the basement. We're going to start doing some podcasts and doing the shit that the FFL are doing, but way better, because they're bums. Like, if they're doing it, imagine if me and Gio were spitting some fire. Way better than them fucking nerds. You know what I'm saying? I saw this one TikTok. So they're doing TikTok. So we got to open a Vina agency TikTok. We got to do TikToks. That's what they're doing. They're doing TikToks, and they're getting all kind of recruits. Lady goes on, the one guy on TikTok, and goes like this. It goes, hey, Josh, did you hear that John watched one of our videos on TikTok and he joined our company? And last week he made $8,000. And John was like at his desk. He's like, no way. And that was the video. I would never even look at this shit, okay? Because I say, fuck them mother effers. You know what I'm saying? Like FTMF. Who says FTMF? Anybody know FTMF? I got to bring some old school shit back for you guys. Who knows FTMF? Nobody? So they take us to Marcus Smith's house. We in the middle of the day, we went to Marcus Smith's house, and we had a big contest. And at the end of the contest, the managers took a limo out to Marcus Smith's house. And then all of Saray Smith, their managers, were there as well. Okay. And we had Maurice Claret come speak to us. So everybody's standing in the yard. It's like, imagine if everybody's standing in the yard at my house, but Maurice Claret was standing up on the deck. Right. And then a couple of managers, like, I was up there with Maurice on the deck, but everybody else was in the yard, and he's preaching to the whole yard. And I could probably tell you that he said F and mother F more than I've ever heard in any 45-minute speech. And we deemed that, we called that the FTMF speech, because he said F these mother effers so many times, like so many times. He was fired up. He was fired up, and he was literally like almost screaming it, like, F these mother effers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes, to have that mentality. You have to have a mentality where you ain't afraid to go there. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's on a whole side note. But I don't ever watch this shit, but I tuned into a couple to see what they're doing, because Albie told me. Albie's like, Tommy, that shit that FFFLF, or whatever the fuck their name is, he said, they are doing some gangster shit on TikTok. That's what he told me. That's what, quote unquote, what he called it, gangster shit. I'm like, I don't know how gangster you can be on TikTok. I'm from the bottoms, so I know, when you say gangster. But he said he's on TikTok, and these FLF guys, that's where they're doing their recruiting. I don't think many of our people who are working with us are even watching TikTok. You know, I hope, I don't know, maybe not. But the new generation, if we want to get younger, that's where it's at. So I'm telling you what the competition's doing. And I don't want to do TikTok, but I have to do it now. I have to. I have to do this shit. Fucking pain in my ass. I might have to pay somebody to do it. I don't got time to do TikTok. So we got it. We got to, you know, think about that type of stuff. But anyways, in my basement, I got this studio set up. We can drop a green screen, and then we can have like an interview. Like LB sent me this. This is what LB's working on. Okay. LB's working on this.
What's been your best month so
Like,
far? What's been your best month so far?
can you hear this? I'm gonna put the microphone to it.
Like a little over 22,000.
25,000.
25,000.
Yeah.
Incredible. And how old are you?
I am about to be.
Month so far in income.
My best month has been like a little over 22,000.
25,000.
25,000.
Yeah.
Incredible. And how old are you?
I am about to be 25.
So what would you say is your favorite part about working for the company?
The fact that I can make income sitting in my living room.
I made $2,000 in my boxers one day.
In the last 6 months, I have made more income than I have in some jobs in 2 years combined.
So I'm thinking about just playing that damn thing in our agency meeting today and telling them the story of where LB came from, where all these fucking people came from. These are like my great grandkids right here. You know what I mean? So I like, number one, I want to do some shit like this for ourselves. Number two, we don't need to do shit for ourselves because I could just use this. I could just use this, you know? I could just say, send me that, and I want to put the Veen agency behind it. I want to take the Soror off, but who cares? Nobody needs to know, right? But we should make ourselves that and another. But on top of that, that's cool to play for our agency to show them like, hey, this dude came in out of college straight from WVU University, you know, and walked into my office. And when I interviewed Albie, he had a big cut on his face, right? And he's like, my ex-girlfriend gave it to me last night. I'm like, all right, man. That's how I met him. That's when he came into the interview. He's like, I gotta apologize. My ex-girlfriend gave. That's how I met him. Okay. And then one day he goes to WVU and he's like, hey, Tommy, you know, I'm staying, you know, I'm at the office grinding. He's like, I'm coming all the way back up there. I don't know what day it was, but it was late at night. He's like, I'm gonna come all the way back up there. And I got my boy like Mike Chen coming, this Asian guy, right? He's like, he's a superstar. And he goes back, he comes back and he's like, hey, I brought my buddy Albie. I brought my buddy, his name is Albie too, but they call him Avi. He's like, I'm bringing my buddy Avi with me, right? So he brings his buddy Avi with him. And while I'm interviewing Mike, Albie tells me, he's like, I want to try and recruit Avi too. He's like, so try and like maybe get him enticed as well. So the whole time I'm kind of like telling Mike like how awesome it's going to be, how much money he's going to make. And like, I'm not really paying Avi much attention. You know what I mean? Avi was wearing a black wife beater. Mike was dressed up for his interview. Avi was just like the friend that they were just bringing along. And then Albie stuck him in the room. And then I played like I didn't give him no attention. Like he was the hot girl that you don't give any attention to. And then all of a sudden they want to date you. Just so you single guys out there know how to date a hot girl. If you don't want to pick up a hot chick, you know what you do? You don't pay him no attention at all. Right. Because every guy's paying him attention. Like, how come he didn't even like say hi to me? Or like, he just gave me like a real quick head nod or something. Or like, you know, so, you know, anyways, that's how we recruited Avi. You know, he's the only guy I ever recruited in a thing. And that's why I like that video from the Pursuit of Happiness when Will Smith gets hired in a messed up shirt. And he says, what would you say if I hired somebody in a shirt like that. And he's like, I must have really good pants, right? So that's what always reminds me of Avi. I actually sent that video to Avi the other day of the guy where he hired him. I said, hey, you're the only guy I ever hired in a wife beating, bro. but but nonetheless, man, we got some good shit that we can be showing off easily. We could show off our shit easily. We ain't flaunting or showing nothing off. We'll show off everything. We got Escalades, Maseratis. We got, our two new guys got brand new whips. You got a nice car. As soon as Vince gets a nice car, right? Working on Rick, working on that, man. So, we could show that shit off and do some podcast in the basement. I could set up like a little podcast thing and make it real sick, but we could put a green screen down there behind there or whatever. So anyways, that's got to be worked on. That's got to be set up. If Barry, if you're on, I don't know if your camera, but your camera is not working, just so you know. Let's see here. We should go into the numbers real quick before we get off base and before I just miss this stuff. So I went over this yesterday with Gio, and I had a chance to catch up with Vince briefly. Called some of you guys, didn't call me back. And I got a good idea of what we need to do. Okay. So we pretty much got it all worked out. We got to put the numbers down right now and make sure we keep these numbers in front of us. Okay. So before I do that, any questions on anything I just went over? Like, you got questions about Saturday? You got questions about anything we went over? It's at Tao. Get yourself a table. Okay. I will talk to Dan Kelly today and find out if there's any special information I can get you, or any special tickets, or any special backstages, or whatever, a free bottle, something like that. They're going to be staying at my damn house. So if I was down there, I wouldn't have to pay for shit. So I'm going to see what I can figure out for us, All right.
Wait, hey, Tommy,
Yes.
when those guys were at your house, like that artist and the DJ from Taylor Gang and everything, I'm assuming they already probably rocked the shit out of their own TikTok. What if I don't know, we hopped on their TikTok and did a quick thing, or they just made a little quick TikTok about us or something, and I don't know, I just putting TikTok together with the guests that you're having, I just figured that might work. I'm not sure.
Dude,
know.
yeah. What if he goes like this? What if he's like, hey, I'm at my boy Tommy Vina's house. He is one of the best freaking leaders, best people you could ever get in touch with. If you want to make some money, you got to talk to him. Everything this man touches turns to gold. How about that? I just came up with that. A little plug for myself, right?
Click the link below.
Click the link below. Boom. Vina Agency, swipe up, however TikTok works. Great call, I'm gonna tell Dan Kelly, I ain't afraid to ask for that shit, Let's see here. View gallery. Okay, back to the gallery view. Good call on that. Great call on that. And that's the stuff I want to start utilizing more with some of our connections. This is Dan Kelly, who's a connection from Afterthought, but this ain't a direct Afterthought hooking this shit up. This is Dan Kelly, so, and I can go on an airplane, fly to California, and just roll around with Dan Kelly. And Dan's like, oh, Tommy's just rolling me for the end week. I'm like, what are you doing this week? Oh, I got a photo shoot for, Wiz Khalifa, and then we're gonna go to this backstage show, and then we're doing a sponsorship for the Wimbledon. So I got to go to the tennis thing. Like, I could just roll with him and go meet some tennis people, go meet some internet people. Like, we could go do some shit real quick. Now that stuff's opening up maybe a little bit more, but we got to keep that stuff on the horizon and be thinking next level, because FFL ain't got that shit on their TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know, I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve here on some of this shit. But back to the numbers now. Okay. Here's where we're at. We're going into the final month of the third quarter of 2021 right now. That's where we're at. That's what September is. September is the final month for the third quarter. Some of you guys have growth bonuses that are on the line. And I know 37,000 was good, but we projected it to be more. We actually were a little bit less last quarter than what we wanted it to be, you know? And each quarter is only 13 weeks. That's how important consistency is. As soon as you get behind a week or two, it's hard to really start battling back from that stuff. So we have one more week left before September. So before we go into September, we have to wrap up this month, which, if I could put it in terms for you, has been atrocious. My English teacher made me memorize 400 vocabulary words. Atrocious. Means like not good. No bueno. No bono. No bueno. What's in Spanish? Bien? Is bien? No bien? In Italian's what? Bueno? Buono? What do you say in Italian, G? Bono. Okay.
Yes, Bueno's this, I think Bueno is Spanish.
Bueno definitely in Spanish, but I think it's just Bona.
Bono. Okay.
I think.
Well, that's how our month is going right now. We have one more week to save it.
Oh, wow.
So if you look right now at hires, codes, submitting agents, and ALP, every single month we have targets and goals for this stuff. You know, and I could pull up here. Let me see here. I'm going to pull up our dashboard. Like for instance, Vince. Let's see. You guys hear that feedback? Yeah, it's giving a bunch of feedback.
You mean it the mouse?
There is mouse.
Yeah, just grab the mouse.
There's no mouse.
There is no mouse. Grab the whole laptop and plug it into the wall. With what, a charger? Yeah. It'll last.
Oh, can you make me a screen share? I got a screen share. All right.
Yeah. On the webcam's plugged in.
All right. You guys see this?
Yeah.
Right? Everyone see this?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Casey, can you see this? Do you guys know what this is?
Yeah, goal commitment tracker.
Yes, this is actually Vince Masseri's dashboard. These are the people that are in his pipeline. Look at all these people. Are we managing them or what? We got to be talking to them, getting them through, man. These are the people that are taking their state tests. These are people waiting on their license right now.
Yeah.
These are if you had 2 people in the first training class, no one in the last training class, who you got going into the next training class. You know, we don't need to know that now. I'm just throwing it out there, but this is his thing. So you go here to goal and commitment tracker, okay? And then you go to each month on this goal and commitment tracker. There's February, there's March. That's the first quarter, right? Second quarter, third quarter is right here. In the third quarter in July, right? You guys what put up 79,000 out of a goal of 200. You go and then what you got to do down here is you got to put in your goals out. You didn't have your goal for net ALP, submitting agents, or anything on here, and you didn't track it weekly, right? So what I did last night is I looked at yours for this month, and it had some numbers filled in here. Okay, but you had 150K written under gross, and you had 150,000 written under net. You should never have a gross and a net goal to be the same number. So if you had 150 gross, I changed it to 130 net. Your submitting agent count goal is 17 submitting agents, 6 codes this month, and 40 hires. Well, guys, if you go down to, hold on, what's going on here? There we go. I'm just spreading it out a little bit. If you go down here, each week, you got to put in your numbers and track it. So these were blank. So I went in and I knew that we had 0 codes, 0 codes, 0 codes, and you said you're turning in 2 codes today. And then next week, the last week of the month right here, this last week of the month, you're going to turn in 2 more codes. So if you look on Vince's, here's his codes. Week 1, 0. Week 2, 0. Week 3, 0. Today is week 4. He's turning in 2 codes. And then next Monday is the 31st. He's going to turn in 2 more codes, and he's going to hit 4 codes. His commitment was 6 up there. You see that? Hires. He has 11 hires for the month, 3, 4, 4, and 4. This is the last week for hires. This is the last week for hires. This ain't adding up for whatever reason, you know, so you got to make sure your stuff's adding up. And then each week you got to put how many people are in your pipeline. You know, how many active people you got really in your pipeline, what that number is. You got to put your submitting agents, how many people you had submit business each week. So these are the things we need to track. And then if you go over to September, guys, I'm showing you this because today or, you know, yesterday or whenever, get your September numbers filled out. Get the September numbers filled out. September is a 4-week month. So Vince would be at 200,000 gross, 175 net. That's your number for September. That's 50,000 a week each week. 21 submitting agents, 5 codes, 30 hires. You could change these if you want. You could adjust them, whatever. But those are the numbers that he's going for September. So each of you guys have your dashboards. Vince does a great job of keeping his dashboard filled out. Gio does a good job. Josh does a good job as well. Good job, guys. Vince uses his. So these are the call logs for, it looks like, up to the 23rd. So this is pretty much last week. Your team did 6,200 calls last week. And you look at your statistics. You can see who made some good phone calls. Shayla pumped them up, looked like. So anyways, you can see your war report and all that. Did Patrick get 3 sales yesterday? Yes, thumbs up. That's what I thought. So I was going to say Patrick got a hat trick. I was going to give him a shout out in the agency meeting. Underwriting bulletins, great job keeping the stuff on there, keeping it up to date. Make sure you're using this. Everything's right there in front of you, man. Boom, right there in front of you. Filled out your player profile, filled out your witty whiffy, nice and detailed. Every block is filled out. A lot of thought put into this, right? How you want to be coached, you could fill that out, man. Let me and Gio know. Business on the books is something I'm not seeing people doing, and this is, you know, I don't know, like, how are your agents keeping track of all their business, guys? Like, what do they do? How do they have it all? Like, how can they pull up in an instant, boom, all their policy holders and all the information? I don't know. Is there a way to do that more efficiently by going on to Impact? And maybe there's a report that comes up on Impact that's better than this. I don't know.
I think the transmittal and the advance report has them all, doesn't it? It's like the dates.
Yeah, what I'm saying is every policy that I've ever written. You want me to go through all my advance reports?
Right. It cuts off the year. You're right.
Advance reports would be rough to look at. Like this report right here just shows you, it says, look, I sold, this is January, and then you could go down January, February, March, April, May. All my clients from January are right here. January 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 10 sales in January. Here's my February sales. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only had 4 sales in February. Yeah. Do you think I put this on here for a reason or for not a reason? It's a useful tool. And then look, it says right there, does it have a bulletin? Yes. Does it have a mod? Yes. Did the policy get issued? Yes. Did it pay 4 months? Yes. Did it pay 13 months? Yes. Guess what I can do? I can take this thing and I can go up here and I could highlight it green, because now it's a renewal. Now it's real money for me and my family forever and ever and ever and ever. Highlight it green. Boom. Keep track of your business on the books. Why is it not on there? You're that busy. You got that many damn fucking policy holders. You can't write John Smith right there. Can't write 2012 January, John Smith, 1400 ALP. That's how long it takes to fill that out. That's all it does. And then every week you pull this up and you look at it while you're eating a biscuit, having a biscotti and a coffee. Have your biscotti and the coffee and you scroll through it and eat your biscotti and you look at everybody's name on there. That's what your agents, and they should be doing this. Your agents should be pulling this up. Future business. What about all them people you met that you didn't sell that told you to call them back? Where do you have those written down at? Nowhere. They're lost. They're floating around in the ozone right now. They got taken out of your Impact and you're mad about it because you didn't put them down as a marked appointment. You did them right. You wrote it down on a sheet of paper and then now the sheet of paper is missing. Here's your project 100. You got 29 on there. Starting 10. This is what we're missing. Where's your starting 10, bro? This is why you don't got no personal recruits. You don't got a starting 10, but you're telling other people to get a starting 10. What kind of leadership is that? That's not leading from the front. That's not being a tour guide. You want to sit here and be a travel agent all of a sudden. Right? And then believe me, the other people's ain't any better, Vince. Yours is the best one, actually. He got Aubrey's on there. Actually, I've noticed all of you guys have your schedules on here, which is great. Josh has it on there. Gio's has his and Madison. So there's Gio's schedule and then Madison's schedule. Did you work out last night from 8 to 9 o'clock, G? No, you had that in your schedule. I noticed that shit. I see what he got in there. I was going to call him or text him, but I said he had workout in his schedule. Josh didn't have nothing in his schedule. I called him instead. He don't answer when I call. But Gio calls me back immediately. So after I call Josh, you know who I call? Gio, and guess who answers? Gio. Yes, who? And if he don't answer, he texts me back, hey, I'm eating dinner. I'll call you right back. Right? Gio sends me a 1:53 voice message on text. At what time was it? 8, 9 o'clock. So I get back here and I can't even tell you how much did I respond back to that? At what time at night? 9:53 at night. 9:53 at night. This is me and Gio's conversation. You want to see? This is what I'm talking to him. Yes, sir. And Gio responds back with all that at 10:27 at night on a Sunday. But I got broke ass motherfuckers on here that don't even answer my fucking phone call, and they think they're going to still be in leadership. We're going to work your way around them people. While Vince is out closing fucking deals, you can't even answer my fucking phone call. So, yeah, believe me, I know what the fuck's going on. We got to make moves, baby. We got to make moves. Okay, this ain't the fucking this ain't the what is it, the He-Man Woman Haters Club out of the Little Rascals. This ain't no fucking hangout, babe. Okay, you can go be buckwheat and alfalfa somewhere else. Okay, I don't need none of that bullshit. I need fucking results. I need men and women, and the women are being more of a man than half the men are right now. So that's what was going on last night. And we were talking about, here's what we were talking about, okay? is we have people that are like saying that they don't want to work the weekends, okay? They don't want to work the weekends. If you don't want to work the weekends, that's fine. Get your job done from Monday to Friday then. But if you don't get it done Monday to Friday, explain to me why you wouldn't work the weekends. When, dude, like I don't even know I mean, I don't even know why we even have to discuss this is the thing. Like, I don't even know why this would even be a conversation with anybody in our agency. Who the fuck hired these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're hired, you got to explain to people that they're starting a business. They're starting a business. When I went to college, I didn't get to have off on the weekends. I paid money, and you know what I had to do on the weekends? Fucking homework. I had to be at the library all fucking day, all night. And I had to go to fucking football practice. I had a football game on Monday. And guess what they made us do Sunday? Or we had a game Saturday, Sunday morning. Sunday morning. They didn't want us out partying Saturday night, so they scheduled Sunday morning workouts. Sunday morning workouts. I went to college. I paid money for this. I was fucking 18, 19 years old, and I didn't get paid money. I paid money to get hollered at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sundays when I was sore as fucking shit because I got my ass beat the day before in a football game. And after that, I had homework all day to do because my teachers were going to bust my balls the next day because I didn't have the fucking homework done. For 4 years, I got my balls busted, and I paid money to have it done. I didn't go to college and hope I got some weak shit. I went to college to get better. I don't want to go play football for some weak ass fucking coach. I want to play football for a hard ass motherfucking coach. That's who I want to play football for. Because I know that's how we're going to win. And even though my hard ass coach is a little crazy and he's a little quirky, I'd rather play for him than some fucking bum ass nerd that coaches a bunch of losers. So when the people come aboard here, they have to know they're hiring us to personally train them to success. I know what it takes to be successful. They don't. So when would the tail wag the dog? Never. Right? We know what has to happen, and that's it. That's like my son going like this. Oh, but Dad, this is my weekend. I went to school all week, and then I had practice all night. And now on the weekend, you want me to do a wrestling tournament on Saturday and Sunday? Yeah. So on Friday after school, we got to fly to Butler, and I got to weigh you in at 6. Okay, because weigh-ins are from 6 to 8. And then I got to take you from Butler, okay? And we got to go over to South Fayette because they're done by 9, okay? And after school, you're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat lunch. If you eat lunch, you eat a little bit of lunch, Tommy. You don't eat shit. After school, I'm putting you in the sauna for an hour. You're going to chew and sweat and run. And then we're going to weigh you in at 6. Then I'm going to weigh you in at 8. Then you can eat. Then we're going to bed because you got to be up in the morning because we got to be back at the place at 8 o'clock in the morning in Butler. And then on Sunday, we got at 8 o'clock in the morning in South Fayette. My son's fucking 7. He's 7. I got grown men and women who say they want to be millionaires and take their family to promised land. And they're bitching and crying about working on a Saturday, but them same mother effers are going to go to the bar and they're going to expect somebody to be working there, aren't they? They're going to go to Topgolf and they're going to expect somebody to be working there, aren't they? And those people ain't making residual income. And those people ain't saying they want to be millionaires, but they're working on Saturday. And you say you want to be a millionaire and you're bitching about working on a Saturday? Get the fuck out of here. Not where I come from. Do you know what the fuck I did? Oh, wait a minute. So I got to work my ass off for 8 fucking years. 8 years, no breaks, nonstop. Tommy Vina over here. Oh, but you get to come in and after 8 weeks, you want to fucking not work weekends? Not my son. My son is going to work his ass off and he's going to be coachable as fuck. That's what my son's going to do. He don't need those skills. I'm going to teach my son 2 things. Be coachable and work your ass off. And guess what? He's really good at both. He's really good at both. Dylan said that Tommy's the most coachable kid he ever coached in wrestling. That's why I couldn't be there because I was in Australia. Dylan took him to the championship and Tommy won a championship first year out of all the first year of 6-year-olds. He was number 1. And Dylan said anything I told him to do, he did. Because he worked super hard because I'm up his ass about working hard. I drilled it into his head a mentality that we never quit. We never quit. You should have seen him on the football field. I'm so proud of this dude. He never played football in his life. He played tag football, flag football, but he never played tackle. This dude was running around like TJ Watt, coming off the end, blitzing the quarterback. He met the quarterback right in the backfield, recovered a fumble, freaking tackled the kid in the backfield. They ran the opposite way. They ran the opposite way. He ran through the backfield and caught the running back from behind, like on the other sidelines. Like he didn't even have no business being on that side. I'm like, how the heck did he get on that side of the field? My dude was running around like a maniac. I fucking loved it. So anyways, dude, the Steelers, where do you think the Steelers are at on Sundays? Where do you think they're at on Saturdays? They ain't even at home. They're not even at home. they got to leave Thursday so they can fly to California, so they could do a workout on Friday and Saturday because they got a game Sunday. They don't even get to see their family. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. There's teenagers working at Starbucks at 6 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Teenagers. They're making $10 an hour. So, you know, our job is not to we listen. I'll listen. If it's a viable thing, I'll listen, dude. Like, I'll listen, you know, I'll listen and hear what they got, but they ain't going to tell me. They're not going to change. We know what needs to happen. Okay. Here's what needs to happen. If you are in leadership, you have to make sure that the numbers happen. There's certain numbers we got to make happen. We got to put these numbers on the report. I don't care what anybody else says. Everything from the first of the month until the 30th of the month. Okay. Everything is a bunch of noise. All it is you talking to people and a bunch of people talking. Other than that, you get these numbers on this report, and everything else in between, that's just, you got to talk to this person a little bit. You got to make a phone call, talk to this person. They got to make phone calls, talk to these people, set these appointments. They got to run these presentations and say these words to these people. All it is you make sure all the talking's getting done, but the numbers got to happen. So, but, you know, looking here at these things, you know, make sure you guys are utilizing them. You know, the birthday tracker would be good for you to keep all your birthdays on. Everybody on your team, all their birth. It should have said Faith Jones and had her birthday on there. You know, and like whose birthday is next month? You could go over to September. If it's the 5th, right here, you put John Smith. Look, John. I can't write on here, but you can put John Smith the 5th. You could track everybody's convention for them, unless Impact has that. Your why, and then also the dream board. See the dream board right here? This is where and I'm showing you this because you could use this for your team. Everybody on your team. When you do a one-on-one with somebody on your team, you just pull this up, man, and give them pointers, coaching pointers, and you could just have all the information that you need right there to do a great one-on-one. So keep these updated. I know a lot of you use your assistants to do that as well, which is cool, but don't delegate it all to your assistant and never look at it. You know, this got to be looked at on, you know, weekly basis. I keep them like right up on my screen, you know? So, so here's what we got to do in the last here. We got to get these numbers in. We got to figure out what do we need. So this last week, what do we need to do this last week? Okay. First thing is hires. Now, like for instance, guys, check this out. Vince's goal was 40 hires. Bold goal, big goal. I don't know what happened, if we didn't take it serious or what. But we put a goal out there. We said we were going to do 40, and we're right now at 11. Okay. So in order for Vince to hit his goal, he would have to get 29 hires this week. As we know, that's not impossible, but it's pretty much impossible, right? It's going to be a tough feat. So, you know, as much as we want to say, let's go get 29, we said, what are we realistically going to do? Like, we got to get a realistic number and know what we're going to do. Okay. So the number we're going to do, he said, was 7. 7 plus 11 is 18. That's going to put Vince at 18 for the month. Okay. So now we know, all right, I should be at 18 for the month. Well, is that comfortable for me? Well, here's what you want to think about is here's what I'm like, if Vince gets 18 hires this month, that's going to mean he's averaging about 4.5 per week, right? So you know that if you get 4 hires per week, your team's going to do what? About 20,000 a week. You'll typically do about 5,000 ALP per hire that you're getting per week. So if you're doing 4 hires a week, your team should be doing 4 codes a month, and you should be doing 20,000 a week. However many hires you're getting per week is typically however many codes you should be getting per month. The company's at 3.7 to 1. So the company is coding 3.7 to 1. You should be better than that. You should be better than that. Okay. But using that number, if you hire 4 people a week, then you're going to code 4 people a month. Well, times it by 5,000, whatever you hire per week, whatever you code per month, that's going to be where you're at. So that's why, you know, Vince, you can't get 2 codes this month. 2 codes a month is 10,000 a week in production. Backwards, right? We need our production to move forwards. You've been doing 20,000 a week since January. So, but we have our codes really grown. If we can get the codes to 8 codes, now you'll start doing 40,000 a week. But to get 8 codes, you got to get 8 hires. Or have some sick ass pipeline management. Another way to help out the situation we all know is personals. Okay, hey, coach, I didn't get my 27 hires I needed this month. I got 15, but they're all personals. I'll take 15 personals over 27 hires. I would. 27 Jot form hires, 27 Indeed hires, or 15 personal hires. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I could coach both of those teams up, and I'm thinking like me as a coach with 27 of those, or me as a coach with 15 of those. I'd like to me as a coach with 15 of those. 15 personals over 27 hires, because the personals are going to breed more personals. So that's a whole different fire you're talking about over there. That how'd they get in? They brought, the only reason they got in is because their cousin Johnny brought them in. So they think like, well, this is how Johnny's growing his business. This is probably how I should grow mine. So anyways, we're looking at hires right now. So hires this week. What are we going to get for hires? I think Gio said he's going to get 6. Casey got a 5 up. So 6 plus 5 is 11. 7 from Vince. Josh and Drew, you just put a number up. 4 this week and 4 this week. Okay. What's that going to put your total at for the month? 10.
It would put mine at 8. 14.
Okay. So that'll put your total at 8. So you're at 4, it'll get you at 8. And Josh, that'll put you at 5 for the month. 8 plus 5 is 13 between you two. So, you know, that would breed about 3 hires a week is what you're looking at there. That's like 15,000, maybe ALP a week between both of you guys combined. All right. Barry, how many hires was your commit for the month, was your goal? And this is the very last week. So what do you think you're going to get this last week?
He was saying in group me that he can't hear us or see us for some reason.
When did he say that?
He's dialing in on that.
He did 3 personals this week.
Yeah.
So he could hear us.
He needs to dial in on the internet, not that phone call thing. He's on the phone call
He
thing.
was on it.
If he said 3 personals this week, then he could hear us at least. If he can't see us.
For some reason, we can't hear you now.
Me?
For the TV, correct.
I can hear you.
Casey can.
It is frozen. Do the audio to the left time. Yeah.
All right, 4, 4, 6, 7, 3 personals, 5 hires. That's what we're gonna get this week. All right, all right. Next thing is hires then codes. This is the last week to get codes. Right now, we should already be where we need to be because by the 3rd week of the month, we should have all of our codes in. Today is the 4th turn in today. So we definitely should have our codes all turned in today. But we still have this last week for anybody that needs to get these last codes in. So I think Gio has 3, right? Ben, Chase, if we can get them through. And then Wesley. Vince has 2 more. He's turning in 2 today. He has 2 more.
Yes.
Josh and Casey, any codes that you need to send this week coming up? Are you turning in any today, and are you sending any on Monday?
I'm looking to send 2 Monday.
2
None
more,
today.
2 more to end the month. All right.
Need to.
Case or Josh?
No, 2 pending on dropping, 2 agent numbers waiting to drop, but yeah, 2.
2 more. All right. 2, 4, 9. All right. 9. Barry, do you have any codes? I don't think we have any new codes right now. You could type it in the chat or something. Let us know. All right. Hires codes. And then sub committee agents. How many subs are you going to have this last week in the month? Gio, I know your number was 17, but I don't know if you're gonna have 17. Well, if you get these codes, you should, yeah. Yeah, just make sure the people that you coded last week all submit as well. All the people that are brand new, let's get them submitting something. So Gio's was 17, Vince was 17, I believe. We had Vince that had like 14 in his group maybe, and then there's 3 codes. Casey 6, 5 total between you and Drew. 5 Josh, 5 Drew. These people have to submit business this week, even if it's a head start. Okay? They have to submit business this week, even if it's a head start. Oh, Barry's typing something in there. He said, the I, is that 1 maybe? I don't know. Is that 1 code, Barry? Is that what you meant? I cannot unmute and show video. I don't know, man. We got to get that fixed. Okay. All right. 1 code. Great. So we'll get a code sent this week. That'll put us at 10 codes sent in 3 personal hires. Great job. Oh, that's awesome. So we got hires, codes, submitting agents now. 6, 5, 5, 17, 17. We have to get submitting agents this week. Okay. I don't need to coach you up on the codes right now. You know what you need to do to get these people coded by the end of the only thing I would coach you up on codes is make sure that the people that need the codes are getting the codes. Right? You don't want to have a GA get 3 people coded all directly to them when one of their essays needed a code. You know what I mean? That would be not smart. So make sure we're being smart with the codes. Okay. Submitting agents though, we got to coach that up. You know, that has to be an intentional thing. You have to track it. Maybe what you do is you write everybody's name down. Okay. And as soon as they submit a piece of business, you cross them off the list this week. Just cross them off. And then you'll know, like by Thursday, you'll know who your culprits are, you know? And then you have a game plan for them to get some business done. Everybody should be crossed off this list by tonight, by after their 9 o'clock appointment. Get everybody crossed off this list by 9 o'clock tonight. You got to be intense and intentional, and we have to expect things to be done like now. Urgency. So let's legitimately make a list of everybody that needs to submit a piece of business, and then put a game plan in place to have that done by 9 p.m. tonight. By 11, because they're going to get hopping a 9 o'clock sit, sell the people, solidify them, collect referrals, and then get out and then post a pic in the group meet probably around 10:45, 11 o'clock at night. But by 11 o'clock at night, by the end of today, by the end of by the time the clock strikes midnight, everybody should be crossed off your list. That's got to be the mentality that you bring to the table and the expectation that you put on the line. I'm going to say this in the agency meeting, okay? All right. But if I said to you right now, it is 11:30, okay, 11:45 in the morning, okay, by 3 p.m. today, means it's 11 right now. So you got 3 hours. You got to get the person, sign them up, and you got to come back here to the office, okay? Do you think that by 3 p.m. that you could go and get a $100 check, 1,200 ALP? You think you could do it? I'm going to have people raise their hand. Right? And say, you can do it. Right? Now, I want you guys to know that I got a bag, and I'll go grab a suitcase or something. You know, I got my Louis suitcase over there. I could grab the Louis suitcase. Look. And this is what Scott Smith did for me one day. He said, I got my Louis suitcase and I filled it with $10,000. Okay. Now, if you go and get a $100 check and you come back by 3 p.m., I'll give you this $10,000 suitcase. Now, how many of us are going to go get that $100 check? Now everybody's hands go up, right? Well, what changed? The only thing that changed was the motivation, right? Your expectation is going to lead your team. What are you expecting? What are we expecting? We should be expecting everybody to be at 2,000 by 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Hey, if you don't get this submission done by we got to submit by Tuesday by 2 o'clock. Like if you don't get it done by the end of the bit tomorrow, we got to get it done by at least by tomorrow by 2. And if they don't get it done by 2, then you say, dude, you got to at least get it done by the end of tonight. Like you got to submit something. Here, let me help you. And then workshop them to death. To they're like, I'm fucking sick of hearing it. He literally, Gio, this is the same thing you went over with me yesterday. Well, until you freaking submit business, it's going to be a broken record, bro. But Gio, you just went over the whole thing about the cash value on a Head Start policy. I know how to do it. All right, well, you do it for me right now. I mean, I will just drill the shit out of them. How are you not getting a head start? Like, what are you saying to the people? How are you not getting a head start? Guys, play my video for them that teaches them how to position a head start with the cash value. Play them the video. And then make sure that they can reiterate that to a client. Teach your people how to sell a head start. Easiest thing. Okay. So those are things you could do with the submitting agent stuff. We'll see who implements them. Are you going to make the list? You know, are we gonna have a crazy sense of urgency and be like, you should have this done by tonight? They're like, they're literally gonna be like, I think he's serious. I think he's, yeah, I'm serious. What do you think? Like, you know, they gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna be walking away like, I think he's serious. He actually does think he does it. He expects me to have this done tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's where we got to be. Okay. So that's how you knock your submitting agents out. Once they submit, they're good. What'll happen though, the earlier they submit, the more they're going to submit throughout the week. You know, it's a damn shame for Patrick that he had his hat trick on a Sunday. Wish he had a hat trick on Tuesday, because then he could ride that momentum on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Too little, too late. We don't want to be like that. That's what your leadership is huge, is as a leader that wants to lead from the front. We can't wait until the end of the week to go do that. Because now you're going to fire everybody up on a Sunday at 2:00. Like everybody's like, oh, the MGA, look, Vince and Gio, they're out there killing it. Oh man, I better get my shit together. I got to rock it this week too. Oh, well, it's fucking 5:00 on Sunday now. I guess I can't rock it. But if they see the leader out there killing it on Monday, killing it on Tuesday, they're like, oh shit, I better get my fucking shit together. My leader's out there. He was at the office at 7:00 in the morning. He's in the fucking field. He's selling more ALP. He sold more ALP on Tuesday than I sold all last week. Like Vince sold more ALP yesterday than half of his team sold all week. That's going to make everybody giddy up and go. That's it. There's no magic sauce to it. And it's fucking easy. It's so easy. Vince, how hard was it for you to go hang out with a guy and put a skeleton on your car? It was easy. I know it was. It's like second nature to you. You know? You guys are so fucking smooth. You're like a hot butter knife slicing through the butter. You know? It's like butter on a breakfast toast. They're just going to melt for you. So with that being said, that's the way to lead from the front. We can't wait till an end of the month and then wait till the last week and then wait till the last day of the last week. You're not firing anybody up doing that. So take heed of this. If we're going to fire people up moving forward, let's use this week, okay? Because this week we need it. Everybody needs it majorly, okay? Use this week to make sure we end this month good, but also use that as a way to spark the momentum and keep this thing going into September. Okay? They're going to think that you're going to be out there maybe 1 week and then you're going to not go out. Keep it going. Keep it going into September. Okay? That's the submitting agents. Hires, codes, submitting agents. Now ALP. Here's how we handle ALP this week. Okay? All we do this week is you find out, Vince, you know what we're doing? We find out where they're at, find out, and then what they need to get to 10,000 to get to the party. Okay? Whatever anybody needs to get to the party, that's going to be the number that we are expecting them to hit. They had 5 weeks. We should all be able to get this done. Some people might be at 4,000. We got to coach them up to do 6 this week. Some people's mentality are going to be, well, if I could do 4,000 in 4 weeks, how the heck am I going to do 6,000 in 1 week? That's going to be some people's mentality. So you have to show them how they're going to do it. Okay? If they need to make it happen, and like if my family needs life insurance and I need to sell life insurance and they need the life insurance, why don't I make them 2 things happen? They need it. I need to sell it. Let's make it happen. My grandma needed life insurance. I said, hey, does grandma have life insurance? They said, no. I said, well, she needs it. And I said, it's win week. Graham, it's win week. I'm coming over. You know, that was after I've been in the business now. I was 3 years a financial advisor, 4 years with AIL, 7 years selling life insurance. I'm still calling my personals and selling them. After I sold everybody I possibly could sell, I went back through and found more people, more. So these people are brand new, and there's definitely people that they know that they need life insurance, right? Help them out. Help them figure that out. They're not even thinking right that way right now. So you remember what Freddie said? You're either a candidate for life insurance or you're a candidate to work here. Everybody's a candidate for something. You're either going to be recruited or I'm going to sell you some policy. Or you're going to give me someone to sell a policy to, or you're going to give me somebody to recruit. So with the ALP now, you have to figure out what everybody's going to need. Like if Christina's at 7, she needs 3. Ashley's at 9, she needs 1. Amina's already there. You don't have to worry about that. You know, Marvin Mondragon, he was at 1,300 going into this week. He might have turned in 3K this week, maybe. So he might be at 4,300. He needs 6K this week to go get it. How do we figure out where everybody's at, guys? How are you going to coach your team up? Well, pull up the month-to-date report and then add onto the month-to-date report what they're turning in today. Month-to-date, boom. Hit that number. Revised. I sent you guys another one, I think yesterday. Boom. Check this month-to-date thing out. Screen share. See this month-to-date report? Right? So you go over here to weekly recap. This is last week. Month-to-date recap. Look, so Jay Vaughn, after week 3, these are week 3 numbers. This is not including what was turned in today. Okay? Jay Vaughn's at 6K, not including what he turns in today. So then let's say Jay Vaughn, what's Jay Vaughn turning in today? Just hold up a number, Josh. 2 or 1?
One standard.
Okay. So he's turning in 1. So you show him, you say, bro, you're at 7. You need 3 this week. That's a $250 check. $250 in checks. Right? Show Marissa, she's at 3,100, whatever she turns in this week, she's going to have to go get it. Guys, I send you this report. Make sure you look at it. I don't send you a lot of emails. Like if I send you an email, look at it. I'm not sending you guys just junk. It's not junk mail, okay? Steve Ellis, 2,700. So I'm not going to go through everybody, but you got to do this. Look at what Matt Jans is at 2,700. What's he turning in this week? You got to go get it. Ashley's pretty much there. Austin's pretty much going to be there. But they're not. We can't rest on that shit, you know? So, and make sure you guys are there and you guys hit your numbers as well. All right. So that's how you're going to figure out ALP this week. All you do is just take where they're at for the month and then show them what they need to do to get their qualifications for the party. Now, if anybody was released today or last week, they're brand new released, we're going to give them a shot that they could A, hit 10,000 for the month, or B, they could write 4,000 this week to end the month. So if you got any new releases, we're giving them a shot to qualify as well. So anybody getting released today, or if anybody got released last week, give them 4,000. They can come to the party. All right. All right. Now let's look at leadership development, and then let's look at next month. Okay. So far this week, we got it him down to hires. We're gonna have to come to play, guys. Codes. That's pretty much already trickled in and done. There might be some things you're gonna have to push. You know, really make sure you get Ben through, and whatever you have to do to push and get these people through. Hires, coach, submitting agents. We got to coach the shit out of that. ALP, we got to coach the shit out of that and lead from the front with that. Okay. And remember, leading means getting there first, right? So let's be the first ones to put paint where it ain't. Let's put some paint on the board. You know, we got to tell everybody, you got to put some paint where it ain't. You know, put some paint, put some points where they're on the board. Can't have no zeros. So, but now we go into next month. So looking at September. This is the last month for the quarter. You know, looking at your growth bonuses and everything, is this going to put you in position to have the growth bonuses that you want, that you need? You know, so I know I met with Gio and Vince. We went over these numbers real quick yesterday, but just to reiterate, it looks like we're doing 200,000 gross, 175 net as our goal for the month. Okay. 150 is a base commit for the month for you guys. So that's your ALP for September. Hires, we got 30 as a goal, 24 as a commit from Gio and Vince each. So you guys are the same. Submitting agents, I don't know what you put for the month for submitting agents. I think you would put starting with 17, but if you add your codes into it, Geo codes 6 people, Vince codes 5 people. If you start at 17 code, I would say, what do you think? 21 will be a safe number, or 20? I think if we put 21, it's blackjack, you know, it's a good number. So let's make the submitting agent commitment that for the month, we got to get this up to 21 people submitting business. Okay. In September. Hires, 30 codes, 5 for Vince, 6 for Gio, and then submitting agents, 21 each. So Josh, what would be your hires, code, submitting agents, ALP for September?
24 hires. 24 is a commit, 30K goal, or 30 goal. Go to hires.
All right, so hires at least 10, of 3 codes. I'll go from 5 to 8 agents, and ALP would be 60K.
60K. Drew?
Hires, 4 codes, 8 subs, and 50K.
You said 4 codes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. 3 codes, 4 codes. Both of you guys will be at 8 subs, right? 50K, 60K.
And based on what we've been doing, there's no way to aim that, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be realistic with it.
Yeah. And then 10 hires, you said?
I mean, I'm shooting for 16.
Oh,
Need
16.
to get more.
Okay. Josh
Yeah.
said 10. Gotcha. Case, can you spit them out real quick?
30K, 20 hires, 6 subs, 3 codes.
All right. 3 codes. Gotcha. And Barry, we got you down here. 8 hires, 2 codes next month, 6 sub, 30K. All right. All right. Keep these numbers in front of us. Just keep them in front of you. Put them on your calendar. Put them everywhere. Track them. Put them on your dashboard, like I just showed you, on your goal and commitment tracker. Put them on there. Track that. Watch that weekly. Adjust it. If you're a little bit behind week 1, add it to week 2. You know, make sure we're coaching this stuff up. Okay. And the last thing we'll touch on is leadership development. Okay. The way we're going to get leadership development, guys, is we have to obviously have a system for it, which when you recruit and at a certain a level, a certain number of codes end up becoming in leadership. So we look at like how many leadership promotions we've had, and if we look at how many codes we've had, there's a percentage of those codes that end up becoming leaders. So there is a sort of a system behind it. Like, man, if I could just code 20 people, I'll get another manager. You know,
Do you
something
know
like
what
that.
that number is?
Is it 11?
What's that?
Is it 11? Is it 11?
Do you know what that number is? Like just based off of like all agencies company wide?
I don't.
Yeah, it was 51 to get an MGA. That's why they said 5 a month, 60 codes will get you 51 and you'll promote 1 MGA. That's what Labossi
50
said.
Yeah.
Codes equals 1 MGA. Is that what you're saying, Casey?
Yeah.
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 50 codes will get you to it. You'll promote an MGA for every 50 codes you bring in. Right. Yeah,
it's 11.
I think for a promotion, it was like 10 or 20. I can't remember the number.
11.
Josh said he thinks it was 11.
I don't know if the, but I think he
could
said
be.
11.
It could be like to just an SA or GA, you know, all that. So, but like I said, there's a system for it, and that's not really what I'm going to even talk about really today. I'm just going to talk about a way for you to go get your next managers. You know, we have to go personally get them. If you look at any successful organization, their first line of defense is usually personals. And if they're not, they're people that are damn near just like a personal. Like a Christina. She was not a personal. But if you matter, she's more of a personal than some of our personals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the first line of defense has to be personal. So how are we going to get this done? Well, who's the person putting this team together? It's me. So I got to go get the personnel. And you know what the personnel needs to be? Personals. A coach is required to get the proper people in the right positions on the team. They have to go out and recruit and acquire their top talent and get them on their team. They're responsible for putting together their personnel, for their roster. And they could go through the draft and they can go and get, random draft picks. And, how many times has the first round draft pick been a bust? Right? Or they can go where they know it's going to be successful. A player that they played ball with before, someone that they already coached before, someone that they already know. And they can get a personal and fill these positions. So like, I'm not going to stop, and what I was thinking is as I was driving around, I was like, why don't I just walk through, Eco Shield's here. Look at this. Eco Shield's here.
Yeah.
That's my dude, Austin. That's where I got Austin from, like if I'm out and about, I'm going to recruit. If they knock at my door, I'll recruit them too. Look, he's opened up the door. Who is it? This guy right here. Watch this. Let me recruit him real quick.
You got the mic. We can hear the mic.
He could tell him it's a bug guy. Hey, I got bugs in my office.
Yes. Okay. Nice. All right. I ain't recruiting him. Definitely ain't recruiting that guy. He was something wrong with him. You could just tell. He was all like off-put and weird.
Most bugs.
Yeah, he was just like
But
off-put.
You all high on that bug spray?
Yeah, probably, man. That's why. See, that's it's funny. They send different people to do the spraying versus doing the selling, right? Sometimes you might get a good sprayer who got some swag, but you typically the people with the swag, they got out there door knocking. You know what I'm saying? Doing the selling. So, anyways, that's what you get. So, anyways, that's the answer. That's funny that they come here as soon as I'm talking about getting personals in. That's what we need to do to get your next wave, you need to go and handpick your next people and basically tell them like, hey, bro, listen, okay. Do you want to make $250,000? Because here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get you in. Okay. All next year, we're going to grind. And in 2023, you're going to make $250,000. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then we got to get like 5 or 10 people that want to make $250,000 and get them in and tell them you are going to be an MGA. You're going to be making $250,000. This is how it's going to work. And you got to start picking your next wave of personals. This got to be people that you know, people through DMs, people through social media, people that I mean, there might be people that you know that worked here in the past. You could bring them back, change their life. So, you know, get some people that are serious. And are you serious? I'm serious. Are you serious? Because I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Like I'm talking about making $250,000. Okay, I'm serious. This ain't no joke. Right? So that's how you're going to get your next people in there, is by personally recruiting them. But you got to go at them with a big vision, a big goal, and have all that stuff in mind. And dude, I mean, why don't you just walk around the mall and just walk up to people? Walk around the club. Hey, listen, do you want to make $250,000 in 2023? They're going to be like, what? Like, if you're serious, I can show you how to make $250,000 in 2023. That's what I'm on right now. I'm about to take some people to do that. I've done it multiple times for multiple people, and I want you to be next. I mean, that's a fast way to the top. That's a fast way to the top. Real fast way. Real fast way. The faster you can get to your 5 MGAs doing $20,000 a week each, the faster you're going to be a gazillionaire. Fucking gazillionaire. 5 MGAs doing $20,000 a week each. And then you doing $20,000 a week too. Literally, you never have a worry again in your life. But you got to remember where we're at right now. We are at the first year of building a business. This is the first full calendar year of building our business. Last year, we got started. This is the first year. In your first year in building a business, there's no days off. There's no days off, because if you have any extra time when you're building a business at the beginning, what should you do with your extra time? Put it back into the business, not go on vacation. If you get any extra money when you're starting a business, what do you think entrepreneurs do with every extra penny that they get when they start their business? They put it back into the business. They don't go on vacation. So the point is sure, you might get some extra time in your first year or two. But when you get your extra time, you put it back into the business. So you don't have any extra time. You do, but you don't, because you decided that you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You decided you wanted to start a business. You decided you wanted to be a 1%er. You decided you wanted to take your family to the next level. You decided you didn't want to be like everybody else. So we made these decisions to do that. So that one decision that we made makes all the other decisions for me. Like, I don't understand. There should be, once we make the decision, there's no other decisions that really need to be made because that decision pretty much makes all the other decisions. It's one big decision. Like, if you say, I want to go to heaven, and that's a decision that you make, well, that decision alone pretty much makes all your other decisions for you as well. Like the decision, oh, should I steal that or not? That, what do you mean? That's not, you don't make the decision to steal something or not now, like in the moment, because you decided you wanted to go to heaven, and that crosses the 10 commandments. Like, you don't decide if you're going to, I don't know, take off on Friday nights. When it comes down to Friday night, you already made that decision when you decided that you wanted to start your own business and you wanted to be great. So the decision on Friday night was already made when you decided you wanted to be a champion. All your friends are going out on Friday night, but you got a football game Saturday morning. So you have a decision to make. Do you go out Friday night or do you not go out Friday night? No, you don't got a decision to make. The decision was already made when you signed up for the damn football team and made a commitment to play football. You decided to give up your Friday nights when you decided to be part of the football team. So that's why people right now shouldn't even be making any decisions, because the decision's already been made when they decided that they wanted to be great and start their own business. You committed 2 years minimum. That's not me. That's Mark Cuban. Blame it on him. Blame it on Jeff Bezos. Blame it on Mark Zuckerberg. Blame it on Bill Gates. Blame it on Charles Bronson. Blame it on all those people. Blame it on all the millionaires. Because that's what it takes to be a millionaire and start your own damn business, is 2 years of sacrifice. Minimum. And that's if you're good. You might start turning a profit in your 3rd year. But this is like going to school. Nobody goes to school for 4 years, for a year, and say, hey, where's my diploma? You go to school, you know it's 4 years. Nobody goes to school and says, what the heck, they want me to do homework on the weekends? You signed up for this shit.
I think the biggest thing is there's enough overhead. I started a business. I started a painting business. I paid $8,000-$10,000 in overhead just to start with materials and everything.
Exactly.
You know, there's
You're
$250.
profitable in your first fucking month here. Where you can start a business and you're profitable in your first month.
Nowhere.
So yeah. I got all kind of juice I'm going to go over in the agency meeting that pretty much is along these lines. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else you want me to add to that in the agency meeting that you think the agency needs to hear at this stage right now?
I was gonna say, I don't know if you got that one. Remember when we compared like, working 2 years, long hours, 8 years for 20 hours and retiring and versus, someone that works from now until they're 65. Remember that big, like,
Yeah, that's huge. That'll be good.
A and B
For
plan.
the new superstars in here.
what would you rather have, A or
B?
Yeah, dude, that's fire. Because everything you just said and then do that, or do that, then everything you said. Would be
Okay, so we would say you work 40 hours a week, for 50 weeks times 50 weeks, you work 2,000 hours a year, and you're going to do this for how many years? Average person retires, if they start working at age 20, they'll 25, they'll work till 65. That's 40 years. So you times that by 40 years. And my dad's been working for 40 years right now. So you can't tell me that ain't real. That's 80,000 hours. Okay. And then the average retirement now at that stage is they work 80,000 hours, and then they'll retire from 65 to 85, right? And the average retirement gets about 50 grand a year in retirement. So you'll make 50K times 20 years. So then they'll get paid $1 million in retirement money for 20 years from 20. So that's job A. Job B is, let's say you work 80 hours a week times 50 weeks, and you times that by 10 years. So instead of working 80,000 hours for 40 years, you're going to work 40,000 hours for 10 years, And at that stage, the average person takes home $10,000 a month. So that's 120,000 a year. And they'll receive 120,000 a year, 1, 2, 3. And if you start when you're 25, and you work till you're 35, okay, and you get 120,000 now for the rest of your life, 25 to 85 is 50 years times 50 years. That's $6 million.
Yep. And over time, you're actually working less hours.
Yeah.
So who's silly now? You're working 80,000 hours for 40 years, and you're going to get $1 million retirement and 20 years of retirement. I'm going to work 40,000 hours for 10 years, but I'm going to get 6 million in my retirement paid out to me. And my retirement's 50 years. Your retirement's 20 years. That makes sense? What would you sign up for?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's pay now or play later. I'll play the video in the agency meeting. I'll play the video in the agency meeting of play now, play later.
Which job would you take?
Which you know, at the beginning. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Send me over. Yeah.
All right. Is there any other videos we wanted to play? I wanted to play the LB video, right? At some stage, I'll play that in the middle of the agency meeting. We'll play should we play the pay now, play later to open the video, open the agency meeting? We'll do that. And then I'll come back around at the end of the agency meeting and tie in that play now, pay later type of deal.
You know, you were saying like, these are like my grandkids, you know, so it's associated with our agency and stuff like that. You can even say, Avi brought me in. So it's a direct correlation,
Yes.
you know, like Avi brought in Avi brought in me.
Josh
We're
was
here.
trained by Avi.
Yeah. Used to play.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good call. Good call.
That's
Cool.
But other. Yeah.
Hey, make a big deal about Faith today. Faith, she was one of the top essays in the company, and Amina got it a thing, so you could go over that, you know.
We gonna hang out no checks? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Are they
In
here?
there. I mean, that's how it's to be, right?
Are they
I
here?
don't know.
I don't know.
It should be.
Hey, fucking bet.
I didn't say.
What's today?
That's what this one comes from, is these papers. Yeah, these papers. Nice little symbol.
Today's the 23rd. If they are here, check them, okay? And listen, if there's anybody that's misbehaving, they don't get their renewal checks, okay? They don't get them. And hey, I just want you to know that's for everybody in the agency. Like everybody. If they misbehave, I take their renewal check and I write on it, apply to debit balance, and it goes to pay off the debt that they owe the company, and they're not getting no upfront money. It'll pay off the debt and it'll clear your accounts too. Listen, Vince, I could give your agent their $1,000 renewal check, and that's just going to be like that much longer for your account to clear out for your renewals to start paying renewals. Right? Or we could take the renewal check and then pay off all their debit, and then it clears their account out, which is good for them too, and good for you, you know. But just so you know, so I don't want to hand out any checks for people that aren't here, people that are quitting, people that are being negative or whatever. They got to come in and have a meeting with me and then we could discuss what their problems are. And then if we come to a realization or whatever, then we'll give them their renewal check, you know? But like Tommy Whalen quit on the 17th and then wanted to get his renewal check that was dated the 19th. So I met with him and I told him that's not how this works. I said, I don't know where you work on this and you quit and then you expect to still get a paycheck, you know? So, you know, but anyways, guys, yeah, if we have the renewal checks, let me know. We'll hand those out. Gio got the Google reviews, outstanding performances and everything. I am going to be, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be out of commission. I got surgery on Thursday. So there's not going to be any managers meeting on Thursday. I ain't going to be able to probably do shit for a while. I don't know what's going to happen, man. But I got pretty major surgery they got to do. So that's why I wanted this meeting to be a little bit longer, why it needed to be a little bit longer. Because I don't know what's going to happen, you know, next week or whatever. You know, I would plan on you guys having to run the agency meeting on Monday. On Monday, we're going to kick off September sickness. That's going to be the whole agency meeting. So we have to bracket everybody off in the agency. Okay, 32 people. We got to bracket them off, seat them, and then announce the brackets and announce the competition. All right. Last time I think we had SAs chipping in 100, GAs chipping 250, MGAs were chipping in 500. So we'll have to write down and see how much money that's going to be, and then how much the agency can chip in, and then we'll figure out exactly how much the prizes will be. But I was looking at probably trying to do like at least 1,000 to the winner, maybe 2,000 to the winner, 1,000 or 2,000 to the winner. If you make it to the top two, maybe like $500 each. The final four, maybe $400 each. And then the Elite Eight, maybe $200 each to make it to the Elite Eight, something like that. And then I want to do a raffle at the end that people can earn raffle tickets, and we can do the raffle tickets just on a weekly basis. You know, if you're out of the competition, if you do 2,000, for every 2,000 you do, you'll get a ticket for the month. Has to be in a week though. So that's what we'll do for the tickets. But we want to do that and announce that Monday, which means it's got to be all planned out this week. The social media team's making us a flyer. It's going to look exactly like the March Madness flyer, exactly like the one that's hanging up in our office over there. Okay. But it's going to be a football theme. Okay.
Tell them if you don't put the date on it, then you can just reuse it. Like that one you have, if you just never put the date on there, we could have just kept that shit hanging up forever.
Yeah. Did it say 2021 on it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe
Just
I'll tell them to do that. But yeah, as soon as that comes, we're gonna get it printed, put on the same exact thing that's on. The nice thing, we'll hang it up. We'll take the March Madness one down. We'll put the September sickness one up there. And then honestly, that can be the spot. We just keep it. Then September sickness stays up until March Madness comes, and we put the March Madness. We just keep that spot with that. So whoever the winner is gets to see, and you get to show people when they come in the office. They like to see that. I remember when I recruited, that was a big thing when I recruited. I'm like, every year we do a March Madness tournament, and it's great because you get seeded and you get to go against someone else. And it's like a March Madness. So it's like a bracket. So if you win, you move on to the next round. And then if you win that round, then when you get to the Sweet 16, you start winning cash. And then the champion this year gets to go to Las Vegas, blah, blah. You know, I built that up every single time I recruited somebody. If it was a first interview and I was walking them through the office, I'd show them the bracket on the wall. Or if it was a group interview, I would tell everybody about it. I say, we do competitive, we have some fun too, you know? So, you know, we like to complete to compete, and I go over to March Madness competition, and I go over, you know, convention and stuff, but that's a good thing to drop to people in the interview process. Don't forget about that. So anyways, that's gonna be Monday. Gonna need you guys to probably, help out with that stuff. Today though, I'm good to go. I'll be able to get us rocking for the agency meeting. We'll slide it over to you guys for the performances and the Googles and the checks. So you can hand out the checks if you want to put them in an order, maybe, smallest to biggest or something like that. And that's it, guys. So we got these numbers. I'm just going to end on this one more time. Keep these numbers in front of us. Keep them in front of us. Okay. This week, if you don't have your numbers, get them in front of you this week. What do you need to do this week? What does your people need this week? Keep their numbers in front of them. Make sure everybody submits this week. Okay. And then next month, let's keep those numbers in front of us. And then you have all week this week to game plan how you're going to make sure you execute next month. Start figuring it out next month. What do you need to do? What's it going to take? How many phone calls are we going to need to make next month? How many submitters am I going to need? What am I going to need to average per submitter? What workshops am I going to do next month? What special team events am I going to do next month? All different stuff you can think of. Plan out a sick ass month of September. That's why we call it September sickness. We're going to plan out a sick ass month of September, right? And let's bring that September sickness. All right. We got big goals this week, man. Big goals this week. Josh, what are you going to do this week in production? I know that
Personally,
your team, Geo and Vince are doing 30,000 each, I believe, is what we talked about as a minimum, right? And if they do 30,000 each, that'll be 60, and that'll put you guys at maybe 150,000 from your RGA team for the month. Okay, it won't be too bad to end the month with. You go to go for 30 for the week. You're gonna have to probably aim for 45 or 50, right? So we got that down. So there's that. But Josh and Drew, what do you guys think you're gonna do this week?
I got 10. It's me, Javon, and Estamore.
10 and Drew
You should be able to do 15.
this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 a person.
All right, man. All right, Josh. Well, lead the way, Josh. You're the RGA, man. Lead the way. Show them how to get it done. 10, 15. That's 25 over there. That's 10 from Casey. That's 635. That's 95. And then Barry, I think Barry, if you guys can put up 5,000 this week to close the month out and put some paint where it ain't, that'll put us at 100,000. That'll put us at 100,000. We need it desperately. Okay. 8K is even better, babe. That's Wall of Fame. Good. All right. That puts us at 103. That's it, guys. I sorry it was a longer meeting. I just really want to cover everything just because I'm not going to be around, man. One last suggestion or one last, can I ask a favor maybe is I need help moving a mattress into my bedroom before my surgery. It's going to take 2 or 3 guys to help us move it, So I don't know if one day, if you guys can come over, if you can get some guys to come over any day, today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, if you want to come over after, whatever, let me know when we can organize this. I just need to get a mattress into my bedroom. So when because the mattress I have right now is not going to be good for me to sleep on. It's crappy. So the one in my downstairs needs to go. The one here needs to go up there. The one up there needs to go. And I just need to switch 2 mattresses. It'll take like 5 minutes. It's just, I can't lift the damn thing. So, but yeah, I'll follow up with you guys on that. All right.
I can bring Steven Shirley. We can do that.
Cool.
Steven
Thank you.
Shirley's an active mover. He'll fuck some shit up. Plus, we'll get to see the house. Get him all excited.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to bring too that you want to show the house to? Bring them. Right? Who didn't see it yet? Matt Brown didn't see it.
Brown didn't see it. Yeah. He'd be like, wow.
So let me know, guys. I'll be around. But yeah, go ahead, rock it this morning. I'll see you guys in a little bit on the agency. We'll kill that, and then we'll get after it. Hey,
Thank
I
you.
want to do one-on-ones with the GAs. You know, Geo, remember
Yeah.
we did like I did some with Melissa and then my phone died. But I do want to
Yeah.
do one-on-ones with Hunsberger, with Reich, with Austin, and Melissa at some point today, maybe this afternoon. Cool.
Definitely, let me know when you're open and I'll schedule them.
When are you coming out here?
I was thinking Tuesday or Wednesday would be better, so I don't miss like setting up my ALP or thirds or anything.
Okay, cool. Just let me know.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll let you know by the end of the night.
But
See where, like, everything
Reich
lands.
and Hunsberger, we could do 15 minutes this afternoon each and have it done. You know?
Okay,
Sounds good, man.
sounds good.
Tom
Alright.
getting fired.
And Barry, I'll do one with Barry first, and then me and Barry can line up Lisa after. This afternoon, guys. Afternoon, I don't know, after 1 o'clock.
Probably. No, you're fine. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. Talk to you soon. Let's get it. Let me know if you need anything. Just hit me up.
All right, dude. Let's get it.